Harry's Wife, Part 103.14. You are distasteful. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor, continuing to explain all about narcissism for you. I now utilize material that's provided from bestlifeonline.com and an article written by Frozen Mast. Not Frozen, she's not been left out in the cold, but Frozen Mast. Prince Harry and Harry's wife attacked for their vanity project. Very distasteful. Prince Harry and Harry's wife have found themselves in a difficult position since King Charles III ascended the throne following the death of Queen Elizabeth II. Sources say they are eager to stay on Charles's good side, but with Harry's upcoming memoir, magazine interviews, and their Netflix documentary being launched soon, their behaviour is reportedly opening them up to criticism. My view is this is all it's all rather distasteful, especially in the aftermath of the Queen's death, says royal commentator Niall Gardner. Harry's wife seems determined to advance her own image and standing. Well, of course she is. Her image is part of the ability to assert control and to draw fuel. Her image is the construct that her narcissism creates in order to keep the creature within locked away, and also as a triangulating mechanism to receive fuel, assert control, gain further character traits to put into that construct, and of course residual benefits. Therefore, image and standing are very important to certain narcissists. Lower lesser, middle lesser, not so much. They don't give a rat's ass about those types of things. Upper lesser A and upper lesser B can be of importance, though not always. Lower mid-range, potentially. Middle range A, middle mid-range B, and upper mid-range, very much all about the image and standing. Often, of course, looking to portray an image which isn't related to them in the slightest, although they don't know that, in order to increase their standing by clambering up a greasy social pole. With graders, image and standing are important, but graders invariably have acquired that as a consequence of where they sit within the social strata to begin with, rather than being a grasping gold digger or social climber, and as a consequence of genuine ability and graft. Nevertheless, image and standing are important. They form part of the construct, which is forged by the narcissism to enable the further pursuit of the prime aims. The article explains, here's why sources think their behaviour might cause yet another rupture with the royal family. Number 1. Bad timing. Queen Elizabeth II passed away on September the 8th, 2022 at Balmoral Castle. Harry and Harry's wife's $100 million Netflix documentary is set to be launched barely months after her passing. Something insiders say is in very bad taste. The Netflix documentary is just a vanity project. It certainly is. It has no real artistic merit of its own. And what is it? Following around a prince and his duchess, neither of whom have got any real talent or ability. Harry, of course, sought to do the best that he could within the confines of being managed by the royal family and the institution that he was born part of. Harry's wife, she's no talent, no ability. She's not interesting in the slightest. She is devoid of meaning. And therefore, any speech that we've ever heard her give, fridge magnet platitudes, beige being spread everywhere. And therefore it follows, what could there possibly be of interest to watch her do and say? Short answer, nothing. If you are that simple, you're interested in what a duchess has for breakfast, then, of course, you may do so. If, of course, you are interested in what colour underwear she might have, or you're interested in what the inside of her house looks like, well, fill your boots. But it's no different from looking inside somebody else that's famous and rich. It's not going to tell you a lot, though. It's not going to be a particular interest. And of course, if your interest bar is low, you will probably be easily satisfied with the morsels that are offered through this Netflix series. But for everybody else, you're not going to learn anything interesting or new that's going to improve your life from her, because she is the Duchess of Industrial Beige. Moreover, of course, as has been pointed out by Gardner, the content of this documentary and its timing may well be in very bad taste and cause problems further for the royal family. Number 2. Expert says the timing is disrespectful. Gardner finds Harry's wife's behaviour inappropriate, considering how much she has criticised the royal family in the past. She shouldn't be doing that, really. She should be respecting what the monarchy is all about, what it stands for, he says. And she should not be using the moment as a launch pad for her huge own ambitions. So this is all very, very distasteful, what is happening. Of course, she doesn't give a rat's ass about it because it's all about her. Number 3, building an empire. According to Gardner, Harry's wife is clearly trying to win public opinion back to her and Prince Harry. Well, of course, it's part of the facade, it's linked to control and the receipt of fuel. We're seeing a huge publicity campaign by Harry's wife and Harry. It's on multiple fronts. So you've got Netflix, Variety, some other avenues as well, he says. She's trying to build an empire all around herself. She is somebody who's completely dedicated to promoting Harry's wife. Naturally, she believes herself to be a legend. To my mind, it's too late. Far too many people are against her, and there's far too much evidence of her own creating, which shows perfectly well what she is, and that she's utterly unlikable, uninteresting, and a problem. And she's not going to be able to turn that around. Number 4, memoir postponed. Prince Harry's memoir has been pushed until 2023, and insiders say he and Harry's wife are trying to make edits to the book and to the Netflix documentary. If it's true that Harry's book is being rewritten or re-edited after it had been signed off, and possibly even been produced to a nearly finished state, then there is also a risk that the earlier version could be leaked and made public, even if a decision is made to change the focus or tone things down, says royal expert Jonathan Saisadotti. Number 5, backtracking. Despite her accusations of bad behaviour and ill treatment within the monarchy, Harry's wife has tried a softer approach since the death of Queen Elizabeth. Certainly, in terms of female leadership, she is the most shining example of what that looks like. Harry's wife told Variety, flattery, another narcissistic manipulation. I feel deep gratitude to have been able to spend time with her and get to know her. It's been a complicated time, but my husband, ever the optimist, said now she's reunited with her husband. As I pointed out previously, and many other people have done so, that appears to have been character trait acquisition as a consequence of what Prince Louis said about Grandma being reunited with Granddad. She just can't help herself because she's so empty and banal she has to pinch left, right and centre. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.